Welcome everyone to this review and flip through of the Motherpeace Tarot deck. Now I have here the box for the mini version of the Motherpeace Tarot deck by Vogel and Vicki. So I'm going to, let's see, put the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is a standard edition mass market Rider-Waite-Smith next to it, and it should give you an idea of the size of the box. And this is the size of the cards, okay, for the mini version. The standard deck is quite a bit larger than this. Okay, one thing I would like to make clear, for those who don't know, I highly encourage you to research Vicki and Vogel and the work that they did in creating this deck. Now, as you will see through the flip through, the artwork in this tarot deck can seem a bit rudimentary, if that's the right word. I'm trying to think of it, and it has been criticized as such by some. However, let me bring up the deck I've got here. I'm just about to do a flip through these cards. So here's the Fool. Okay, many of these cards, okay, I agree, they're not the same level of artwork that you would get, let's say, from a professional artist, or someone who went through art school, or someone who has a natural gift at art and painting is their main calling in life. I do encourage you to look at Vicki and Vogel's history, as I said before, because this deck is quite extraordinary in my opinion. If you judge it alone on the artwork, I think that you're missing a significant amount of information pertaining to this deck, which in my opinion marks this deck as one of the seminal tarot decks of our time. This deck was published in 1981. Now, from what I recall when reading a book by Vicki on this, Vicki was not a trained artist. She didn't have an art background, and from my memory, I recall reading about the countless hours that she spent researching how to draw people, how to draw animals, how to draw anything really. And also the fact that she created this deck under fairly testing personal circumstances, I would say. And aside from the amount of time put in drawing it, researching how to actually draw things, she spent a considerable amount of time as well, researching the mythology and the history behind these cards, as she has depicted them. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, don't judge a book by its cover. I do understand that when you work with a tarot deck, the artwork has to gel with you. You've got to have some sort of a rapport with it. I think there is so much more to this tarot deck than the style of the painting. And I'm not an expert on the Motherpeace by any means, so I'm not gonna go on about it. That's all I have to say for now. So when you obtain the deck, it actually comes with a box within a box. And inside of it, you will find the cards. You will also find 2 extra cards, okay? The first one, or one of them rather, I don't think there's any particular order. This one here is a traditional Charge of the Star Goddess, which is a beautiful poem by Starhawk. And I'm just gonna see if I can focus this on it. Hopefully it has focused for you and you can pause and have a read of it. The other card is a little bit of a information on both Vicki Noble and on Karen Vogel. Okay, so you get these two cards, and then you will also have a little booklet, which is fairly thin, but it's actually got quite a lot of information, okay? It, of course, has acknowledgements. It's got a bit on tarot and meditation by Vicki Noble. And then it goes into the cards, starting with the major arcana. And it gives a bit of information for each major arcana, but then it also goes through the minor arcana as well. And for each card, it gives you a bit of a summary, a succinct summary of each card. So I think that's quite enough to guide you, but there is more in-depth book. There's like a proper book on the Motherpeace that you can actually source and read through. Okay, so actually, if you just give me 1 second, I've just spotted it on my bookshelf. So, okay, here it is. Motherpeace, A Way to the Goddess Through Myth, Art and Tarot. Okay, so this book is substantial. Okay, so there is the option for you to get the actual book itself if you so wish, but I think you know, this is a pretty good summary for a miniature deck. It's fantastic. Okay, so the reason I bought the miniature deck is because I have small hands, and so I love smaller decks. I find the bigger decks just, you know, they just get a bit too tricky for me. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to zoom in a bit and start the flip through. Thank you for watching.